The contract. In the outer rings of the galaxy, there were few names spoken with reverence and fear. One of them was Corin Vial, a Zarati warlord and the most feared mercenary in known space. He had shattered fleets, crushed rebellions, and silenced world for the right price. But even Corin had rules. When the client offered him triple his usual rate to attack a small Terran convoy, Corin hesitated. "Humans," he grunted. "They are not worth the trouble." The client laughed, a shrill, synthetic noise. "They are weak, soft creatures from a death world. Yes, but this is a diplomatic vessel. No weapons. Easy pay." Corin's claws tightened. He'd heard that before. Easy pay. He accepted anyway. Money was money. 2. The ambush. The Terran ship floated alone near the edge of the Helix belt, running minimal power. Corin's fleet emerged from hyperspace like a storm, 7 warships surrounding a single human cruiser. "Target locked. Here's the second in command. They are hailing us." Corin smirked. "Let them beg." The human transmission flickered to life. A calm, bearded man appeared on screen, wearing the uniform of a diplomatic escort. "This is Captain Aaron Blake of the Terran Accord," he said. "You are entering restricted space. Turn back immediately." Corin laughed, his deep voice shaking the deck. "You think your little ship can stop me?" The human didn't flinch. "No," he said quietly, "but it can end you." Then he cut the transmission. Free. The fight. Seconds later, the Terran ship moved. No evasive maneuvers, no retreat. It charged. The human cruiser tore through Corin's fleet like a meteor, silent and relentless. Every shot they fired seemed to miss, yet somehow their own strikes never did. Within minutes, Corin's escorts were gone. When the human ship turned toward his flagship, Corin barked, "Arm the plasma cannons. Fire everything." A blinding storm of light filled the void. The human vessel vanished into the explosion. His crew cheered. Then the radar screamed. The Terran ship emerged from the fire, hull scorched but intact, still coming, faster than before. "Impossible!" his navigator cried. Corin stared at the monitor, cold dread creeping through his veins. That's no warship," he whispered. "That's a monster." 4. The human rage. The Terran vessel didn't open comms again. It didn't threaten. It didn't demand surrender. It just fought with terrifying precision. Corin's flagship was hit broadside by railgun rounds that tore through armor like paper. The bridge shook violently as alarms wailed. "Who are these people?" one of his lieutenants screamed. Corin slammed his claws into the console. "They are humans, the reason the galaxy fears silence before battle." He'd heard the stories. Entire invasions stopped because humans refused to surrender. Wars ending not in treaties, but in ashes. And now he was seeing it firsthand. As his ship buckled under the assault, Corin ordered a retreat. Jump to hyperspace. But the computer refused. The human ship had locked them down with a gravity well generator, something only top-tier Terran fleets had. He was trapped. The message. The comms crackled again. The human captain's face reappeared, calm, eyes glowing faintly under the ship's red emergency lights. "You attacked a Terran diplomatic mission," Blake said. "You broke the accord. You'll pay for this, human." Corin spat. Blake didn't even blink. "You've already paid. You just haven't realized it yet." Then the transmission ended, and the human ship unleashed its main cannon. 6. The aftermath. Corin woke hours later in a medical pod aboard a drifting escape capsule. His ship was gone. His fleet erased. The only thing left was silence and the soft hum of the life support system. He floated there for days before a scavenger vessel found him. When they pulled him out, he was half dead, delirious, and muttering the same phrase over and over. "Don't anger the humans. Don't anger the humans." 7. The testimony. Months later, Corin Vial appeared before the Galactic Council to testify about the destruction of his fleet. Ambassadors filled the chamber, murmuring in disbelief. "You're saying one Terran cruiser destroyed 7 warships. Impossible. You're lying to avoid punishment." Corin stood, towering above them, a warrior who'd fought for 40 years, now trembling. "You fools don't understand," he growled. "You think humans are like us, emotional, impulsive, predictable. But they are not." He pointed a claw toward the council floor. "When they get angry, they don't roar. They act. When they are hurt, they don't retreat. They adapt. And when they decide you're the enemy, there's nowhere in the galaxy you can hide." The chamber went silent. "I beg you," Corin said, voice cracking, "never make humans angry." 8. The lesson. After Corin's testimony, every major faction in the galaxy quietly rewrote their protocol for human contact. The Terran Accord's borders were suddenly respected. Pirates vanished from human trade routes overnight. Even the Dominion, infamous of defying treaties, withdrew its fleets from Terran sectors. No one wanted to admit Faye. But the message was clear. When humans fought for conquest, they were formidable. When they fought for survival, they were terrifying. But when they fought for revenge, they became monsters wearing human faces. 9. The Return. Years later, Corin retired to a quiet moon, haunted by nightmares of the human ship. One day, a small Terran shuttle landed outside his home. A human officer stepped out, a woman this time, dressed in black armor bearing the insignia of the Terran peacekeepers. "General Corin Vial." He nodded warily. "Captain Blake wanted me to deliver a message," she said, handing him a small data chip. He inserted it into his terminal. Blake's voice played once more, calm as ever. "To the one who survived, remember this. Humanity doesn't start wars. But if you force us to fight, we finish them." Corin sat in silence long after the message ended. He looked up at the stars, and for the first time in his life, he prayed. Not for himself. For anyone foolish enough to make humans angry again.